So I started in a houseboat. This is my third tiny home. My quality of life has dramatically improved when I bought the van. The van and the tiny home, and the van also doubles as my office. What we liked about this, it's a 3/4 size fridge. We built it up so you have a landing. Stairs don't go right to the top, so you come out of the bed, you pivot on the landing, and then down the stairs. I'm 6'2", so this is about 6'4" maybe. Instead of using a wood frame for the bed is to use a metal frame, and then you can grab a couple extra inches of space.
Hey Darin, how are you, man?
Excellent.
Yeah? We got a tiny house, yours actually. You're currently living in it. And you got your van, by the way.
And I got, yeah, so I'm kind of cheating in terms of tiny house living. I've got a Sprinter van, fortunate to have the Sprinter van, and a 28 by 8 foot tiny house. This unit is actually going to our new project called Gather.
Okay.
21 unit tiny house village in Clarkdale, Arizona, just outside of Sedona.
And you are the owner operator of Tiny Camp Sedona.
Yeah.
You have officially right now, you have 2 up and running properties as we're recording this, but by the time this comes out, you might have Gather up and running. So you've got the Sedona location and you've got the Cottonwood location, and now you're about to start the Gather.
Yeah, so we've got 4 units in Sedona. It's in Oak Creek Canyon, a beautiful setting. They're short-term rentals. People can book them for getaways, romantic getaways, honeymoons. We're adding a 5th unit next week, actually, a very
Cool.
modern unit. Those all have Red Rock views, and they're by a creek. And then we have Old Town Cottonwood, so Tiny Camp Cottonwood. It's in town in a forested setting, but it's right downtown with breweries across the street, wineries, and it's an emerging wine growing area. And there's 4 tiny homes there. And people can rent a tiny home and have a romantic getaway, or they can bring a group, family reunion, and rent the whole property.
Nice.
And it's kind of fun. And then there was such a demand for tiny homes and tiny house living that we launched Gather. We're putting in the infrastructure now. It'll open in the fall of 2025, and it'll have 10 park models and spaces for 11 tiny homes. And you can actually bring your own tiny home if you already have one.
And that's one of the 11 spots that
Exactly.
Right. I love that idea. You and I were talking off camera that I might get another tiny house and maybe put it on there. We'll see. You are launching that, you said the beginning or fall of 2025.
Correct.
And you're going to try and finish it up pretty much in mid 2026.
Yep.
Okay. So if somebody has a tiny house and they're like, where do I put it? Where do I put it? First of all, this area is stunning.
Well, we get lots of sun.
You get lots of sun.
Yep.
You get seasons.
Yep.
You're close, your proximity to like 2 or 3 major cities. You are not at your property right now,
Correct.
but you are in a location that allows tiny houses to be parked and your van to be parked.
Yep. So we're here for the summer until our project gets completed, and then this unit will move to our Gather project.
This is excellent. Are you going to be living at Gather?
For a while.
Yeah.
Well, like most people, I have aging parents, and I'm probably going to split my time between Canada and Arizona just to spend more time with my folks.
Very nice. You from the West Coast, Canada?
The Great Lakes area.
The Great Lakes area. Very cool. I only know London over there.
Oh, that's where my sister lives.
Really?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous up there.
Yep.
Yeah, I spent a little time up there. So you've got this 28 footer, you said?
Yep.
Triple axle, and who's the trailer? What's the trailer?
It's a trailer-made trailer, and we had this unit built. I had a say in the interior design. You'll see the storage stairs in there, and there's a few cool elements that we put in here to kind of make better use of the space.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had 3 people stay here last weekend. We all went out to Overland Expo, had a little too good of a time, and 3 people crashed in the tiny house, no problem.
Do you know the exterior like finish? What is that?
Yeah, it's an LP siding, and I'm very happy with it. It's very durable. This unit is actually 5 years old.
Is it really?
Yeah, and it's actually held up really well. What I've learned also is this product, more and more with the fires in California, there's stricter fire regulations, and this product meets the Class A fire rating for fire safety.
Excellent. I see that you have a door on the side, and you also have a door here in the back. And that was, you said, it was a partial your design.
Yeah, so at the Gather project, the units all have the lots are only 24 feet wide. This lot right here from fence to fence is this is 25 feet wide.
So it's about, your lots are about going to be the same.
Yeah, just a little bit narrower. So our lots are 24 feet wide, but our lots are 240 feet deep.
What's this one? Do you know?
40 feet.
You're saying your lot per person is 240?
Yeah, because there's a wash and the ravine and then open space. So we have 2 acres of open space.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's going to be nothing blocking your view. So you'll have your narrow 24-foot lot, but you'll have a permanently protected view of the mountains.
Yeah, you can see like my truck over there, and you said this is a 28-footer, so like you said, it's only about 40 feet.
Yeah.
So that's really cool that I can't wait to come back and see your gather spot.
Yeah, so I forget the calculation, but 24 feet by 240 feet, the lots are around 6,000 square feet.
That's great.
Yeah. And so what I was going to say is all the units, we want to have glass or patio doors and porches on the wash facing south, and that's the view of our property. So these doors, these double doors, will be opening up onto that open space and have a view of the mountains.
Are you allowing people to put their own decks in or stuff like that?
Yeah. Now, we asked the outdoor furniture is all going to have to match because we want it to have a resort vibe.
Okay.
So we'll have some pre-selected outdoor furniture. This is a brand that I like. This is a little bit expensive. Costco also has some polywood chairs that last really good in the Arizona sun and look great, last forever.
Well, there you go. So you give your people a couple options, I
Yep.
guess. That's great. Well, do you want to step inside, and which door are you going to pick for us to step inside?
Yeah, let's go in the front, but I do want to say, this landscaping here isn't quite finished, but we've actually got the door height set that there's 2 hot tub brands that just fit under those doors.
Oh, nice.
So we're actually going to have it so that you can just step out from the couch and right into the hot tub. So it'll be kind of fun. So this is a triple axle trailer.
I'll step on it.
I think when we had this weighed, the gross vehicle weight on this was 15,400 pounds.
On a 28 by 8.
On a 28 by 8, yeah.
That's pretty good.
So bathrooms at the end of the hitch, and so is the mini split on the outside, and the head is here. We like this layout because the mini split is fairly central in the unit, and we also have an extra heating unit. We have this in some of our other tiny homes. These are out of Germany. I really like these. You can actually buy these on Amazon.
So the mini split is a heater, but you also use that as a secondary heater?
Yeah, I like it because it's silent.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
silent.
That's not blowing. That one blows air. Gotcha.
Yeah, so if the heat kicks on in the middle of the night, you don't even hear it.
That's more of like a radiator.
Correct.
Okay, so radiant heat is phenomenal, by the way.
Yeah.
Really good idea, right? So you can turn that to whatever temperature you want, but you can have that at winter. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah. So full-size bathroom, tub, shower combination, a storage over the toilet, vanity up there for storage. There is no set closet here, so we had to kind of sneak in some places for clothing. Mm-hmm. So I've got all my clothes in here. I've got storage upstairs at the other end of the bed. I've got these shelves right here. And what we liked about this is it's a 3/4 size fridge. This is actually great. And we built it up so you have a landing. So the stairs don't go right to the top. So you come out of the bed, you pivot on the landing, and then down the stairs.
This is cool.
And this is an interesting angle. It's other tiny homes, you have to turn around and face the ladder when you're coming down. This one, you can kind of sneak in and come down front raise.
Yeah.
Because of the rake or the angle of the steps. And this is a great spot for shoes down here, extra storage. I got extra pillows. This is what's called a couch bed. And it's really comfy. I love these. You just pull out the base, almost like a futon, and then flip it over. And then you've got your bed. I also really love this. for storage, and I've got bedding in here, and I also use this as my makeshift desk. And then I also really like these little side tables because it's not a center pole. The pole's off to the side, so you can actually, use that as a computer table, or actually use it to eat at when you're sitting at the couch, and the legs slide right underneath the couch. Yeah, we love this unit. One thing, I'm 6'2", so this is about 6'4", maybe a little bit higher.
Right.
One thing we did in other tiny homes that we have, instead of using a wood frame for the bed, is to use a metal frame, and then you can grab a couple extra inches of space.
Okay. And then you sleep this way in your loft.
Yep.
You don't sleep across this way.
No, I like sleeping this way, and I'm a little larger in size, so I would tend to sleep on the higher end of the roof. One thing we like about the space up there is we've got operable windows on both sides, so you get a cross breeze.
With cross ventilation.
Yeah, that's really nice.
And then what is the ceiling and what are the walls material wise?
Yeah, so this is a shiplap, and I had another tiny home, actually one that you filmed, that was shiplap, but you can see all the knots in it. Mm-hmm. And this is a new product that it's already primed, so you can buy the 1/2 by 6 inch shiplap already primed, and then you can just do your finish coat on it. You don't have to go and hide all the knots in the wood. We got this color, and then we have a gray on the accent walls in the end.
Sure.
And then that gray kind of matches the cabinets. These are just shaker style doors. And then a quartz countertop. And then this one does have the all-in-one washer dryer unit.
How do you feel about those?
I do not love these units.
No, neither do I.
In Arizona, and you can see I haven't even actually used this one because it's still got the stickers on it. We're fortunate in Arizona that you could actually just, I put in these rails, so I have extra places to hang clothes.
Sure.
To dry. So between the shower curtain and the 3 hang rails, and this is actually great. These heaters are actually great because you could put a towel or some clothes on there to dry. But the challenge with these is they can take an hour and a half to run a full cycle, and then they're totally not dry at the end.
Yeah, I used to have to run it twice for drying cycle.
So a full stackable set would make the most sense. In this case, this is our water heater. And
okay.
I have done on-demand water heaters. I have some that work great. I have some that I don't love. And you can see this takes up the whole space. In the future, what I might do is build the water heater on the hitch end of the unit, and then I'd have a full height here for a full-size washer dryer.
Yeah, you'd have to. Would you insulate that if you put it on the hitch?
You'd have to. Yeah,
you'd have
to build a little box for it.
Yeah, you have to insulate it and have that protected.
Yep.
Which is, hey, it's doable.
Yep.
It's absolutely doable.
I love it because I'm not a small guy, and these stairs, work for me. And
did you install that fan after the fact? That big old fan?
Yeah. So in all the other tiny homes, we have center ceiling fans. But I in this kind of layout with this shed roof, it would take up a lot of space. So this was kind of after the fact, but it works well. The other thing, I guess, when you're building a tiny home is be cognizant of where you're planning putting the electrical panel for accessibility.
Okay.
We had a couple units where we had the electrical panel in the bathroom. A couple building officials didn't like it, so we actually changed that into a junction box and then had to add an extra panel. I actually like this location, and what I did is this was this is just an Amazon shelving unit, and to get it to fit over the panel and still be able to open it and access it, I just left off this shelf.
Yeah.
And it was able to fit. You can hide it with some artwork, and then people, you can easily find it and have access to it. The other thing too is a lot of lighting. I think the LED lights, we have 2 different kinds of LED lights. This was kind of an experiment. This is the bright white, and that's the sort of more yellowish tinge. This is way too bright.
Yeah.
And
it's like daylight. It's almost like
it's like daylight. Kelvin, yeah. And going forward, I would have dimmers on everything.
Yeah. I love dimmers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would you do the cool light or more of a warm light?
I would do the warm light.
Yeah.
This is too, especially with the white walls. It's too bright in here.
Yeah, the white light is great for artists.
Yep.
Or somebody of that nature, like somebody making video. Actually, it's amazing. But yeah, I feel you on the warm versus cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
One thing we like in here is ample storage. What am I, 6? So we got a 10-foot galley kitchen here. Quite a bit of storage. Microwave convection oven. That's also the hood for the cooktop. I have some units that are a 2-burner cooktop. It's rare that I need more than that to cook. And I also like having a barbecue outside with a separate cooker, so you can cook outside, just to also keep the smells out of the kitchen as well. But this works great. And then obviously having natural ventilation and light by the window when you're doing the dishes. And then we added the one up top. And that was a new feature for us, but I really like how much light it brings in. Especially if you've got a neighbor or somebody nearby and you have curtains down, you're still getting a lot of natural light.
Well, any words of wisdom, or if you want to even plug Gather yet again, because I think this is going there for sure.
Yeah,
and
and
then,
you can see our marketing signs here. So the Gather project is in Clarkdale, Arizona, 20 minutes from Sedona. And we're going to be open this fall. We will have 4 spaces for tiny homes this fall, and 6 spaces for park models that we will procure and locate. People can buy them from us. And then in phase 2, we will have 7 tiny home spots where you can bring your own tiny home. Again, we've got amazing views out the back from all of our lots. So we'd encourage unit designs that have a lot of glazing out the back.
Yeah.
And to take advantage of that view.
Yeah, and it's great for anybody that lives in either the Vegas area, Phoenix area, that maybe want a second house or vacation house. If you want to just live full time, you can absolutely do that.
You can do both. To be honest, for me, so I started in a houseboat. This is my 3rd tiny home. My quality of life has dramatically improved when I bought the van. So the van and the tiny home, and the van also doubles as my office. So
Okay.
I run construction projects, so I can take the van. My laptop and everything stays in the van, so I can use it as my office. It's also got a place for a couple of mountain bikes, so it's also my gear garage.
Sure.
As well. So the van in combination with the tiny home, really works well. I have a small fridge in the van, so if I'm packing to go to one of my job sites, I can, take some food out of here, pack my lunch quick, and away I go. Yeah, that's about it. We love the area. We love Arizona. I've been here 8 years. We have great weather.
Wow.
And the climate really affords for living in a tiny home because because of this indoor-outdoor living. Right?
Yeah, that's great.
You notice right now there's not a bug in here.
No.
There's no screen.
Nope, nothing.
I've had these open for the last 3 hours this morning, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, this is great. Cross breeze and everything. Well, thank you, Darin, yet again. And please, all the links will be in the description below for everybody. I can't wait to see you in a few months. We're going to do another follow-up, I think.
Yeah, so the website is gathercottages.com.
Okay, so we have a different one for that. So
Yep.
gathercottages.com, and then you got Tiny
And
Camp.
the short-term rentals is tinycamp.com.
Tinycamp.com. I still can't believe you got that URL. That's great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Darin. Appreciate you.
Cheers.